Laziness is not real, and no one in the world is actually lazy. Sometimes it's better to be lazy. What the hell am I talking about? I'm sick of seeing people complaining about laziness like it's a disease coded in their genes. Why do I claim that laziness is a fake concept? Let's say that somebody's gonna give you $1 million if you meet them at 5 AM tomorrow morning. Would you be lazy and prefer to sleep? Hell no, you would probably prefer to stay awake the whole night to not miss the chance. So you can only be lazy if you're not motivated enough. If you see no meaning behind the work you do, it's completely fine to be lazy. That's a natural response from your brain, as you should focus on things that actually inspire you. When you watch a wildlife documentary, you don't see lions jump around like a flying squirrel. Contrarily, they mostly look damn slow and lazy. There's a fairly well reason behind their laziness, because they save their energy for the upcoming hunt. When the time comes, they unleash their aggressiveness to fill their stomach. There was a guy who told me he wanted to lift weights in college, and the only place we see each other was the classroom. And you know, I was never too excited to be in classroom in general, because I didn't like the classes. Anyways, one day we hit the gym together and he saw me lifting weights very passionately. He told me, "I thought you were a lazy ass, but you work like a horse, bro." Damn, I'm surprised. That was understandable because he only saw me in class while I'm saving up my energy for the gym. Just like that, 9-to-5 workers are lazy, and there is also fairly well reason behind their laziness. There are two common traits in a typical 9-to-5 job. First, the wages are fixed and paid monthly. Second, the working hours are fixed, so what you do is completely irrelevant to how much you get paid. You could handle that work in 1 hour, but who cares? Regardless of your performance, you will get paid and stay there for 8 hours anyway. If you handle tasks fast and do them well, that means they will give you more tasks. For this reason, people try to find solutions to fix problems as slow as possible. They have no motivation to finish tasks in a perfect manner or faster because nobody wants to be a sucker. So the core of laziness is the lack of motivation. If one person sees the reward behind their action, they can immediately become super productive. Laziness is an indicator of one of the two things. You are either doing the wrong thing or you don't know the real reason why you do it. Students often find doing school projects boring because they don't choose the projects. The task is always given by some sort of authority. The 9-to-5 workers don't find any value in working in a corporate job because their boss is giving them the orders. They already know they are making the company richer if they work harder, and the company treats them like a pawn in a chessboard. They keep doing what they do because they need the money. The company owners don't give a damn about them because all they want is to make more profit, and there are a lot of people applying for the same job. In a situation like that, you have no other option than to suppress your emotions.
Will I get over it? No. But life goes on. Not for me.
But you can't escape paying the price. What price? Fyodor Dostoevsky was sentenced to galley slavery in Siberia after his political activities. The punishment was too much for him. Later he understands why the prison system especially makes him to row in a galley. Because doing a meaningless and useless job is the ultimate soul crusher for a person.
So I was sitting in my cubicle today and I realized ever since I started working, every single day of my life has been worse than the day before it. So that means that every single day that you see me, that's on the worst day of my life.
What about today? Is today the worst day of your life?
Yeah.
Wow, that's messed up. I'm sorry. Go on.
However, when the work is meaningful and you love doing it, then it feeds you with joy. Then you don't even think about being lazy.
How do you spend your days now? Like, what do you allocate most of your time to?
My time is mostly split, it's split between SpaceX and Tesla, and of course I try to spend it's a part of every week at OpenAI. So I spend basically half a day at OpenAI most weeks.
Billionaires have the luxury to not work for their whole life, but they still choose to work hard, because they look at their work from a different perspective than regular people. Ask average people what would they do if they had billions of dollars. They will answer it like, I would quit working and have a vacation. That's the main reason why these people never acquire wealth. The work is coded in a negative way in their mind, and the money only comes after work. People generally don't ask themselves what they love. On the other hand, if you ask them what they hate, you get millions of answers like they hate the traffic, people, their job, etc. Whether you believe it or not, you love doing something more than others. The best way to know what it is by paying attention to what you do when you procrastinate. When we start to procrastinate the tasks, we usually go and do what we love instead. If the work is something you enjoy, procrastination is never the issue. I know what you're thinking. No way, I watch movies all day when I procrastinate. That's just wasting my time. Really? Don't jump the gun so early. There's actually a huge market in the movie industry. You can open a website or a YouTube channel to review movies. You can write your own movie scripts. Maybe you can build your own movie company. Maybe you can be a famous director or an actor. There are many options available in the market, so don't be judgmental about yourself. People can make a living in millions of different ways, but most of them never dare to start their journey. All successful people you admire question themselves whether they've got it or not at some point. So if you're asking questions like, am I really good at this? Chances are you probably can if you believe in yourself and put in the required work. Many people are waiting for a special occasion or magical inspiration, but you only have the energy after you start. That's also a paradox that I could never solve in my life. If you don't care and do it anyway, only then you conquer the inertia. You gain momentum and the work comes naturally to you. If it's something you love, the time goes by so fast and you don't even realize it. Everyone experiences the relativity of time. For example, when you spend time with people you love, you never check the time, but when you're sitting in a class you hate, you keep checking the time. Laziness is not an issue in the world of love. Of course, if you choose something you hate as a career, you can find yourself unmotivated and lazy all the time. Otherwise, why would you limit yourself in work and look for an annual vacation all the time? It's like you got married to your dream woman, but you do everything to minimize the time you spend with her. Somebody asks Mark Zuckerberg, how many hours do you work a day? And here is the response from him. That depends on what you count as work. I spend most of my time thinking about how to connect the world and serve our community better. But a lot of time isn't in our office or meeting with people or doing what you call real work. I take a lot of time just to read and think about things by myself. If you count the time I'm in the office, it's probably no more than 50 or 60 hours a week. But if you count all the time I'm focused on our mission, that's basically my whole life. What he calls as work is completely different than most people, and that causes a huge mindset shift. Well, loving what you do is not the whole picture about laziness, because there will always be tasks that you don't like to do but you must do. Just simple things like brushing your teeth. The best way to solve this issue is to make them your habits, so you don't think about doing them, because you just do them automatically. There is also the physical part that we need to consider. To get rid of physical laziness, you have to be physically active. If you don't move your body, you will always feel tired because your body will adapt to stay in the same place. Our bodies are not programmed to sit 10 hours a day, because we haven't survived for millions of years by sitting. We always had to move around and be active. The fact that we designed offices and classes where we sit for hours does not change our nature. That only shows how much we don't know where we come from.
The body will become better at whatever you do or don't do. You don't move, the body will make you better at not moving by locking the tissues together. If you move, the body will allow you more movement. You want to have this mobility because that's your age, your real age. You better start to move your spine if you don't want to walk like this guy. And it comes, it's already here.
It's not the kid's fault when you force them to sit quietly in a class for hours. The kids instinctively want to move around because that's their nature. However, a teacher, a parent, or any moron shut them up and force them to sit quietly. If the kid still resists, the parents take them to doctors to check what's wrong with their kid. The doctors give some drugs to kill the energy in the kid. What a perfect solution. This is how you build a sick society where people are far from being themselves. If you don't want to get sick and try to live as you should, you are labeled as sick with modern day diseases like ADHD, anxiety disorder, or depression. If you take care of your body, it takes care of you. In order to reach maximum hormonal profile, we have no option but to exercise. So today exercising is not a need, it's a must. You have to sit less and move more. You can do any kind of exercise, it doesn't matter. Lift weights, do calisthenics, do martial arts, run, do what you can. Just find a way to move your body regularly. Even walking an hour a day can save you from most modern diseases. In situations where you have to sit like working on the computer, just get up every hour and move around 5 to 10 minutes at least. Let the food be your medicine. If you eat shitty food, you will feel shitty. If you eat great food, you will feel great. A bad diet can easily mess up with your life energy because when you overeat or undereat, your body cannot produce the energy you need. Just eat natural and cut all the processed food. Avoid artificial sugar because sugar is a real killer. It causes brain fog, which is the killer of focus and productivity. Fatty meat, butter, olive oil, coconut oil, almond, nuts, all food rich in fats is great for you. It's funny, but we forget drinking water, and that directly affects our productivity levels because 60% of us is water. So make sure you drink enough water. Eating with high frequency also causes laziness since it messes up with the blood sugar. The brain wants to revert and keeps your focus away from doing the tasks. So you need to avoid snacks to stay focused.
Just take the damn cold shower. I'm sorry, damn cold shower. It's a heavenly cold shower.
Cold showers are easiest way to wake up. It helps your body to consume more oxygen because when you expose yourself to cold, you immediately start to breathe more by moving and shaking your body. Your breathing patterns get deeper, and as a result, it strengthens your cardiovascular system. Since your body feels fresh afterward, you're ready to do the hard work. Voluntarily doing something painful prepares you to live out of your comfort zone, so you can stay away from momentary pleasures that will only lead you to become lazier. The internet, social media and smartphone addiction led to a more consumerist society. Every individual consumes more than ever because consuming is very comfortable now. No one wants to be challenged anymore. If you always stay in your comfort zone, you will be lazy, and you will want to be lazy to stay there forever. Just like animals in the zoo are perfectly safe, you can live forever in your comfort zone, but you never experience what it means to be yourself in the wild. Life is nothing more than a game where you die at the end anyway, so we are already dead. As a dead person, you don't have much to lose. Thank you for watching. If you want to support the channel, please leave a like and subscribe. See you in the next video.